And what's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Welcome to the For the Boys podcast. Podcast created for, I guess, everyone to share their journeys and the struggles that come with mental health. I know that everyone goes through this sort of stage, but it's kind of good to normalize it in this kind of setting. So we create a safe, I guess, platform for everyone to come on and then have their turn. I'm Teza.
I'm Swanky second.
Of Usos.
Whether you're watching our live stream or listening through our audio podcast, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us.
Quick disclaimer. We say this every week because we are not professionals, not in any way. But we share stories and experiences that most of y'all can relate to. Hopefully somebody can take something away from our little show tonight. With our cool and special guests.
Yes, the guests.
Yes, yeesh. But like Muffy said, we're not experienced, but we hope that we're not professionals, but we hope that our experiences with guests that do come on from tonight and further on, we hope that when they do share, we all get an insight and we get to, I guess, understand a bit of what us poly and Māori men go through, or our poly women. Anyway, boys, how we all doing?
Good. Yeah.
That's good.
Feeling a bit low today, Swanky.
Oh, bro. There was a moment, but yeah. The calling is bigger than us, Oos. The calling is bigger.
Damn straight, also.
You never fold.
Good to have you on. But before we bring in our guest, tonight's podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Mask Familiar. So thank you to Mask Familiar for sponsoring our show tonight. That's the boss man. He's taking a break tonight, but he'll be in the chat. Speaking of chat, if you got any questions for our guests tonight, come on through. Comment in the live or commenting on our Instagram or Facebook. We'll be sure to throw them out, and hopefully we get to hear some of the secrets that the boys hold. So without further ado, we'd like to bring on the great and the powerful and I guess very talented Usos, Brotherhood. Musiq.
Hey, everybody! Welcome, man. We want to be in American.
Hello, boys.
Usos.
How are we all doing, brothers?
Not too bad. How are you guys doing?
Oh man,
Bro,
we're grateful, bro, to have you. Especially to have all three of you guys. So we weren't aware that maybe one of you guys were going to join, but to have I guess all three, it's a blessing.
Yes.
But
thank you for taking the
before
time.
we go further, yeah, bro. Honestly, man, it's a privilege, and I guess us two, Swanky and myself, we're fangirling at the moment because we follow your guys. We follow your guys' progress, and I guess you guys are very talented, man. And I honestly thought I had a singing career until I heard you guys. Thanks so. So can I join your crypto?
We've been looking for another friend.
But without further ado, brothers, introduce yourselves and a quick intro before we get right into the secrets that you guys are gonna share.
Let's go. Oh, cool. So, my name's Harry. I'm the eldest out of the three.
I'm Junior.
Hey, I'm AJ. I'm the youngest out of the three. So me and AJ are brothers. Oh, can you still see us?
Yeah, we can still see you. Carry on.
You're good. This guy
So me and AJ are brothers, and Junior's just a family friend that grew up with us ever since we were young. Oh, where's the Uso gone? He's had enough of us already. I think he did
Well, you guys broke his heart when you guys said no to him joining your group. Oh.
Yeah, man, that's pretty much us, just three brothers. We call Junior our brother because we've grown up together and just wanting to grind as much as we can. So yeah, just three brothers trying to grind from South Auckland. We all attended Papatoe High School.
That's it.
And, yeah, that's pretty much our background.
Yeah.
It's funny with these boys because like I've known all of them, and I've known Junior can sing. Hey, when I came to the other two, we play sports together and like joke around. But that these guys can sing. Hey, they've got another brother that I'm a lot more closer to, and his talent is not singing, but these guys. all these years, they come out as a singing group, and I'm like, holy shit! All these years, I was like, nah. These guys, we gotta get them on the show. I gotta hear their story because as long as I've known them, I've never known them for like singing until Brotherhood Music hit the scene. So.
Man, I think our music career just picked up fast, and our sport career was just went out the gate. Yeah, that's a hard thing.
With that, how did you guys start? Like, did you guys start singing from church or?
Yeah. We started off in church, been singing together since we were young. Me and AJ were actually in a band at school, and then from there we kind of went on and joined other bands, different stuff. Then we kind of Hazel was kind of the sports guy. Never had time for the music. This guy was supposed to, prosperous rugby career. This fellow, and then I think too many injuries, and then he wanted to come sing. I also come on, let's go. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much our story of how we started. We're been singing together for a while now, and I think that's why I'm so strong with hence the name Brotherhood Musiq. That's why I think for us, it's church is a strong foundation for us too. So just singing in there.
When these guys were in the band, like every time I go to their practices, I'm like, trying to sing with them and trying to blend in with them. Then there's a time where the boys had asked me to fill in for like a wedding gig that we had. So we ended up singing at the wedding. And then one of the bar managers at Sky City was like the DJ there, and then he was surprised that the at the band, and then from there it was just like, oh yeah, he asked us, oh, can we do like once a month at Andy's Burger and Bar. So we started doing once a month there, and then we were doing good, and then he asked us for every fortnight, and then from there it was just we ended up doing every Friday nights at Sky City. We're just blessed because there were a lot of different people walking in at Sky City and asking for different types of gigs like weddings, birthdays. From there it's just picked up real fast. We didn't expect it. But yeah, the Lord is good. Come on.
Sure, boys. But with your music career and how hard is it kind of balance life with actually your full-time job and your singing? Has he ever come to a stage where like, damn, I gotta put like work first, or the balance between your singing or the group and your full-time job? Does it get easier now that this is my schedule? How was it at the beginning?
I think in the beginning it was kind of a mission for us. Back then we used to work later hours than we do now. We're all finishing late, and
finishing at like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, and Sky City wanted us there at 6 to play till 10. So we were like trying to get out of work early every Friday, rush over to Sky City, and then come back. It was hard at first, but I moved over to Hazard's job, to Harry's job, and I'm so grateful for such lenient bosses that understand our career choices and what we want to do full time. So
Supportive.
real supportive of our careers and stuff. And AJ too, lucky he's working with his uncle, and they're just really hard on us about getting out there, and they don't want to see us work. They want to see us prevail in the music. So real grateful for bosses like that.
Yeah, hard. And like the time, like all the sacrifices with like family, our family time with our kids, AJ's kids as well. It gets me. So I think like throughout the week, we try and spend as much time as we can with them throughout the week, because like our weekends can just get real busy. But yeah, it's just it was a little bit hard trying to balance life and our music at the same time. But like some days we're finishing at. We got a second contract at Sky City, and sometimes we'll be finishing up at midnight on a Thursday night, and then we had to get up for work on Friday at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, just to try and grind as much as we can. But I think when we have the passion and love for music, we're willing to go hard and do whatever to grind. But I think it's just so much more grinding to do. But for now, I think we're just enjoying it, sort of just living it up in the moment. But yeah, it was pretty hard, the sacrifices and trying to balance everything out. But yeah, I think it'll all be worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And how important is it to have family behind you to like guide you guys through all those tough times? How important is it?
Oh man, it's real important, just having a strong foundation behind you. Like as Harry said, like without them, like without our family and having our cool ass bosses, wouldn't be able to do what we do. And I think the passion for music became another way to provide for family. Like I know a lot of people will tell you, "Oh, we do this because we love the music," which is true. But if you're able to make an income out of it and you're able to put food on the table because of it, then it's more blessing for your family. You know what I mean? So like, don't shy away from the fact that there's money in it for you. Like there's money in your talent, and if you're able to use that to provide for your family and become that kind of person, then by all means, do it, chase it.
Part of the blessings.
Plus, like the poly people, how if you're so much or like hard out into your church, the parents like no lalolangi songs, or not allowed to sing this, only sing at church and blah blah blah.
True.
Like most polys can relate to it, but we're just blessed that our dad understands, or our parents understand, that we're making an income out of it as well. And it's just the support from them is like far out. It's good, man. And we get a lot of people say, "Hey, you should only sing at church." Hey.
So like Biggie said, more money, more problems. I got a comment here from Facebook boys. From Usos. I heard so many females got pregnant to your cover. You sang to me by Mark Anthony.
Oh man!
Can AJ answer that?
You guys need the child support. AJ.
Never mind the other two. It's AJ. I'm always worried about it.
Oh,
Come on. Junior takes the lead for that whole menu. So.
We also got
a
a message from Instagram saying who's single. So out of the three, you all.
The brothers, AJ and Harry are currently single. I don't know if they're looking, but as far as I know, they're single. Yeah.
We'll let her know. We'll let him know.
The female is that's pregnant. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Come here, look at this.
Oh, sure.
Who keeps the boys in check? Like, who keeps the schedule, or tells the
That'll be
like the captain of the ship?
that'll be Harry. Harry's the one
Harry.
that always checks me and AJ.
Yeah.
Make sure we're on time for stuff, and this guy has a lot to do with the way things are handled and managed. That's all Harry. Full credit to this guy for holding it down for me and AJ. So yeah, that's his responsibility. He's the eldest, so it's only fair.
You're taking full responsibility.
The driver. Oh, no.
So would you be the manager as well? So you kind of do everything, or the kind of I guess
Yeah. So
all around
I was like doing all the like the what do you call it? The bookings, the invoicing, the meetings with clients. But yeah, it was getting a little bit tough on me. But I'm just lucky to have these guys sort of backing me and trying to push this group to go further. Like anything that I said, they were always listening. And like we don't want those members that want to try and run it their own way. But it was I sort of took it from 2000, from when we started, and recently I've just given like a bookings role to someone else to sort out, as I only just wanted to focus on the singing side of things and not having to worry about the clients and all that other stuff. And like the friends that are always asking for the cheap rates.
Always. Muffy's one of them, mate.
But that's true though, way. It's hard to kind of like if you're trying to create an income, and then you have family or friends trying to, oh bro, can you give us a discount because we've known you for so long. But and to think about it now, it's kind of crazy because you want your family or for yourselves to grow, but you have people wanting to like take advantage of your talent.
Yeah.
Has like, cause obviously Islanders in general will do that. They'll try to take the cheapest out of you. But how do you I guess be professional and say, look, this is how much we charge.
Yeah.
Or how did it first come about with any of those situations?
At first I was because I was too kind and always giving in. But at the same time it was more like exposure for us. But then I think after talking to like so many artists and different managers, they were saying, if people are trying to support your grind, they would pay for what you're valued at. And that always sort of just stuck to my head, to make sure I don't drop our standards, and I know pretty much what we can bring to the table, sort of thing. And I think it's just after talking to so many artists and so many people, people would pay that kind of money to have us at the event. But yeah, it just took a long time to get it done. But yeah, eventually we got there. So yeah, now I don't have to deal with all that dirty work. I just give it to someone else to do, and then end up going and just enjoy the singing. But nice, yeah, it was it's been, I've learned so much from it. So it's good. It's good.
With all the covers, like from the Christian music to like R&B, like you see on YouTube the comments. Oh man, this song got me through this. This song got me through that. Is there any standout like messages from the people or from the fans?
Been a few.
There's been a few that have messaged us through Instagram. YouTube. There was a cover that we done, but he still loves me. Like we're not perfect.
Yeah.
We make mistakes. And for us to sing that song, no matter what happens, our God still loves us. And there's just been people messaging, gone through divorce, other things like financial problems, having to leave home. That's I guess that was the whole message behind on why we put out that cover, was to bless other people that are going through hard times. And it helped me through a hard time at the same time. So I knew that if it helped me through a hard time, I know it's going to help someone else that's going through that stuff. And that's the I guess the power of music. It's not just hearing
100%,
like a good band or hearing good harmonies. It's all the all the meaning behind and the feeling behind the song and what we sing. But yeah, to answer the question, there's been a few people that have messaged through, and it just motivates us and pushes us more to keep releasing music, keep doing what we're doing, to help other people out there that really need it.
Nice, Cesar. Yeah. There's been a few comments. I think there was one about lady. Do you remember those fires in Australia? And there were those firefighters from lady that went over. She commented on one of the covers, and I think it was when AJ sang "True Colors" or something like that. And she commented, and it got her through like a tough time over there. Being and seeing like what she saw and things like that. And I think when AJ sang that, or when we covered that, I think it really resonated with her. Like I think a lot of them were going through a tough time with all of that. Like we had no idea what was going on.
And leaving family behind.
Yeah, leaving family behind sort of thing. And I think songs like that, I think that's why we're real selective with what we choose to cover and what we want to release, because it's important to always read the lyrics, understand the lyrics, and try and portray that message too. So for us, that firefighter one was one for me. Yeah.
Anyone for you?
Anyone for you?
Give it up for my man. They're sitting so quiet over here. Real life? Holy. Oh, well. Yeah, if you need him.
No stress, Oos. No stress.
Man. There was this one. I don't know. Oh, man.
This guy doesn't read the comments.
He just looks at the profile.
Oh, that's good. That's good. There's too many. Yeah, there's too many good ones. Oh.
Yeah, man. There's heaps. Wow, our guy was so good. Oh, man, come on.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Coming back to you, Hazza, how you said you went through a tough time in the past and you got through it. I know music would have, and with music itself, it can change anyone's day. But with your experience and how you went through a tough time, how did you get through your tough time apart from the music itself? How did you kind of like put yourself back on the road where, look, I gotta do this, I gotta put my family first or whatever? How did you get through your tough time, bro?
Yeah. Oh man. This one just moved out. So the music came sort of after, when I was like sort of fighting my own battle. I actually divorced with my wife, separated, and I don't mind talking about it. It's, if it's there to bless other people, then I'm all for it. I separated with my wife, and there was just sort of no like clear reason why it sort of happened. And at the time I was just feeling like depressed. I was just like, my mentality was like, nah, this girl, she's the one for me. I believe there's no one else out there that can, sort of make me happy. I'm going to fight for my marriage, fight for her, fight for my family. And the whole, I think for like 2 years straight, I was fighting for my marriage. But, it didn't go my way. And during that time, I had to, I had to get myself right, with God, because, I sort of understood, why am I always running to God when bad things happen? Why can't, I talk to God when good things are happening? And I sort of had to get myself, right. And it was for my son. I've got a little 9-year-old boy. So if he was to see me, sad and depressed, then it's gonna affect my little man. And I didn't want him to see him like that. But yeah, it was real tough. And at the same time, I was getting my heart right with God. There was this door to Musiq that I believe God, happened to open. And then from once I was getting my heart right with God, talking to him, because at the end of the day, we always try and fight our battles, physically, and but emotionally it's killing us inside. So I fought my battles, spiritually, and he gave me a lot of peace, and was able to, reset my mind and start again, start from the start, and, build yourself up again. And then at the time, my music career was building up, it was building up so fast. And that's what sort of kept me busy, kept my mind off things. And at the same time, God blessed us with, all these gigs, happened to be every single weekend. And it's just, it was getting my heart right with God. And he was opening so much doors for me, through my hard time, having to, share my little testimony or a bit of my testimony in the songs that we sing.
Usos.
But yeah, it's been a tough journey. I'm not going to say, it's easy. Man, it was definitely hard. And for, anyone else that's going out there, I encourage you to, keep on keeping on. It's not the end. And, it happened to be Men's Mental Health Week this week. And, I'm all for it, sharing testimony. Because I know that a lot of guys out there, always trying to hide their pain with a smile. You don't know what people are going through.
Always.
Until,
Facts.
ask them, if they are okay.
Yeah.
Because they can just be walking down the street smiling, all happy. But as soon as they get home by themselves, man, it's real hard to get out of that
shift,
headspace.
Shift
Yeah.
straight away. Because you're good at, we're all good at, men in general are good at hiding stuff because we like previous podcasts we had, we've been taught by our fathers to not to show what we're going through, whether we're struggling. We don't portray that to the world until we get home, close doors, and then you're down on your knees. You're thinking, what the f am I going through? Why is this happening to me? But credit to you, Harry, for sharing it with us. And man, we're you're like you said. I guess hearing your story, we're blessed now. Our listeners in the future, on our podcast stream, and also our YouTube and Facebook viewers, they're now hear an amazing testimony from yourself, and we're grateful. But how are you doing now, brother? How are you?
Yeah.
How's your state? How's your mental?
Oh man, in all honesty, I've only just got better. Probably probably close to a year now. I've only just accepted the fact that this is life. This is what happens. Nothing's God never promised that life's gonna be easy. And it took me a while just to accept the fact that the pain that I was going through was it was so hurtful, but it was necessary. And it's just having to remember this testimony of what I've gone through, you know, like I said, just to, you know, help other people that have gone through the same sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm happy right now. I'm just loving life, having to, you know, do what I love, music, and getting, you know, income from it is such a blessing. But yeah, man, just I'm grateful that I've come out of that dark place and to be able to, you know, find my feet again and keep on keeping on. But yeah, it definitely wasn't easy. But grateful that I, you know, gone through it. Now it's just sort of made me a better man, and to learn how to respect other people's privacy, and, you know, respect other people and what they're going through, and all that. But yeah, it's been a good journey. It's been a good journey.
Me, there's a some for that.
Thank you.
I think just to add to that, it goes to show that, like, it could be mental, it could be physical, and Harry dealt with it in a spiritual way. So there you go, like, you know, the spiritual way that Harry chose to go down to get that healing that he needed was exactly what he needed. So, like, it worked for him. Might not work for everybody, but if you run out of avenues to go down, there's another avenue, man. So if you're in that dark place and if you think you've tried everything, there's another one you haven't tried, and it's your spiritual side. So if you're listening and you need that spiritual healing, man, it's there. You just hit up Brotherhood Music. They'll sing you a song.
Yeah, man.
Get you out of that dark place.
or you can just Google and find them on YouTube, and they have some amazing songs, and might have to listen to them when I go to sleep tonight, eh?
No, thanks, Zeus, for your testimony. It's like what we say in the beginning of the show, like, we share our stories for someone out there that can relate, and I can totally relate to what you just said, Us. I've been through the same walk as you, separated, and then you look back at, like, what did I do wrong? You just have no idea, have no clue.
Yeah.
And you just, all of a sudden, you guys you guys aren't together anymore. So I totally understand where you're coming from, and it's never easy, like you said.
Yeah.
But lucky for me, I have these two boys that I always fall back on.
Yeah, that's it.
And so and geez,
I think another thing that helps is talking to, you know, our brothers.
That's it, Us.
Like some of us poly boys are too afraid to let it out and, you know, to talk about it.
Prideful.
Knowing that it impacts your life, especially with someone that's gone through the same thing as you. Like, I was talking to boys, and like, they hadn't gone through what I've gone through, but they say, "Come on, let's go out and, you know, drink and get some girls and blah 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 blah." AJ, sometimes, like, you just gotta, you know, sit down and face the reality side of things, and actually talk to, you know, people that have gone through it. That helped me so much, is, you know, people that have gone through separation, divorce. It helped me through my journey, because they knew what to do and when to text. You know, sometimes you're at home, man, they just knew when to text and be like, "Hey, how's everything? How you doing?" And you know, I wasn't afraid to open up. But yeah, like, I think that's one thing is to, you know, talk to your brothers, and talk to, you know, any family members that are able to help out. I'm backing that, because, you know, it helped me through my journey as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shows. Man, that's good to hear that you're now on a spiritual path that's leading you to enlightenment, I guess. And with Swanky, to be honest, boys, Swanky hasn't shared that ever on any podcast, that his situation was schizophrenia. So our credit to New Boys for bringing it out of Swanky. As you can see, he's a hard man, and we every week we try and share a bit each week, because we're learning as well. Because as much as we try and our walk is with the mental health side, every episode we do come or jump on, we learn a lot as well as letting out a lot, and that's, I think, is an important. This is, from what Harry was saying, it's important to I guess face the music. Don't want to say, like, you got to approach it in a way that is it going to benefit you, or sorry, not benefit you, but you got to let it out in a positive way, not a negative way, but a positive way. So thanks to Swanky as well for sharing his piece. We've got some we've got some questions in the chat while we were talking. Also, if you want to throw up the first, or anyone you can choose.
Just a question from the big boss, Lance. How do you guys handle the pressure of performing at a high level and living up to expectations?
Oh, man, that's a real tough one. Especially for me. Sorry, Junior.
No,
so as soon as I was going through sort of my hard journey, like, I had to create the second face, this performing face, when I'm singing. And for, musicians to do that, people don't realize, we have a life that we live as well, and we go through problems. But here's this, performing act that we gotta, put out there, to, make sure our performance and everything goes well. And I think, performing at a high level and living to our expectations, like the reality side of things, is, I think it's just us being real. We just chat off the music, and then when we're doing our stuff, we do the music, but then we're also having fun and mocking each other. Like, some of you guys probably don't see it, but we're always looking at each other and we're like, oh bro, that was stink, and all that stuff. We're just being real on and off stage. And I think that's sort of Junior's question.
No, that was a good answer. You summed it up. That was it. Nice.
I could probably add to that as well, like to what Harry said. There's that whole side of like for the DJing, I've done a few international artists and stuff like that, and like the whole second face, the whole it's business time, you're on the clock. It's time to put on that face. Let's go do this, the show must go on, regardless of the feelings you have inside.
Yeah.
You now push that aside. You put the professional guy out, for the hour, 2 hours that you need him for. And then, and I think that's probably what catches us out at the most in those downtimes, because you're like kind of tired and you've been holding the second face up for that last 2 hours. As soon as the show's done, you sit down, you can let it go, and then the pressure just kicks in again. Hey, so like, it's like what Harry said. He's good. The difference is he's got a group of 3. Like for myself, it was just me. So he's got really good support. Some people do have the support, some people don't have the support. For we know, the group of 3 could be 2 against 1. So again, he could be on his own as well, and you never know. So you just got to realize, like, or treat people that do anything like professional, just treat them. I think if you're looking on the outside in, you just got to treat them normal way and just not, don't expect too much from them. I mean, you learn how to be professional and to be at that high level through all the steps that you go through, all the years you've done it in. But then, some people can expect way more than, what you're capable of. And I mean, and I'm all for like pushing myself to my limits and giving everything I've got just for that one performance or whatever. But it's that question is a tough one. I'm with Harry on that one.
Yeah.
It's always a tough one, because you know your strengths, your weaknesses, and then shit, I've got this level, this next gear that I can actually hit. If, on the odd night that you push yourself, that you're feeling like you can get to there. Sometimes you can't, or sometimes the feeling is just not there. But yeah, I've heard these boys perform several times, and the gears just keep going and going and going. So must be nice.
How with sorry, it's a question for AJ or Junior. With your guys' performances and everything, do you guys have you guys ever gone through a situation where like, damn, I need to turn up tonight, or like you've hit a low and then you've gone to a gig and you're like, shit, I need to perform now. I need to let everyone know that I'm professional. Has there ever been a time where you felt low before a performance?
An extra trill.
Or your that. Yeah, have you ever had a time where
yeah, there's been a few times where I should say, been in that position. Like, there's a lot of stuff that might go on behind the scenes before maybe just a regular Andy gig, but you still know that you gotta show up. Like, no matter what, if it's 2-3 people, you still gotta give it, because you don't know who those 2-3 people are. That could be like the next big gig, or that could be like someone really important. So like, there's been a few times where we've had to push that aside and really show up, like really show up for the people that come, because I think most of the people that come out to watch us, they're from far. Like, hey, like we've performed for a lot of people that travel far to come up just to watch an Andy's gig. Yeah. And it's as like, well, we're grateful for it, but then it goes to show that we have to put our best foot forward for them as well, because they're coming to see a show. As much as they're eating and just sitting down, we still try and put on a show for everyone. Yeah.
But there was another time. Here we go.
No.
There was another time in
Here's the real secret.
Boys are loose.
There was another time in Queenstown where man, we just got like, so we were at a wedding, and we had this flash ass house, flash ass apartment, and then I was the last one to go in, and then I was like, wait, I get to pick the first room. I want to pick the best room in this house.
Manager.
And then I walked around, and then I see AJ. He's already lying in the master bedroom. Oh man, like a big super king bed, ensuite. And he was lying there. And I was like, what are you doing? Get out. Hurry up, get out. And he wouldn't get out. Oh man, made me so frustrated. And then I was like, man, I'm the manager. I booked this and blah, 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 blah. And then he said back to me, he's like, I do the sound for our band. What do you want? And then he just wouldn't give up. So yeah, man, we just had an argument, and we were like probably half an hour until we had to go and leave the home to go and sing at a wedding. But we had this massive argument. AJ was saying, nah, I'm not gonna get ready. You two go sing. And I was like, oh man, like how's this, how are we gonna work this out? So I think I just had a bit of time just to calm down, and then I put my soft voice on and said, AJ, come on, let's have a talk. You can keep the room. Let's have a talk. And then let's have a talk.
We're just talking.
And then we turned up to the gig, and AJ was walking in like this. And then we didn't even stay at the house. And AJ wasn't even in the master bedroom. He was out somewhere else.
Oh man.
We just had to crush, stomp on whatever we went through and do our performance. But yeah, there's been some funny times where sort of like that, but at the end of the day we had to show up and perform just what we do. But it's been good.
That would have been a move, but
Just another question from the chat, boys. from Walter. What's the best advice you can give to any musician who have yet to pursue the path of music? And is it too late for a person who's in his or her 40s?
But
I
Walter
think
can
Walter's
sing.
preferring to himself.
But Walter can sing because I heard him sing. He's barbershop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never too late. I think for us, like as
There
I
you go,
said,
Terry.
we got lucky. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's all of us. Like we were blessed and we had God on our side and stuff like that. But I think the best advice we could give is like just play what you know and perform the way you'd want to see a performance. I guess like just give it your best and. 40s and stuff. I think age doesn't matter. Hey, these people that we
Susan
saw.
Boyle.
Oh, Susan Boyle's killing it right now.
People in our church band doing solos.
We're not even trying to make a mockery of the age. Man. We're just saying.
Susan Boyle cracked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was probably in her 60s or. But
I
she's
think she was
killing it
100 or
now.
something.
Yeah.
I think it's waiting for the right opportunity, and like just never give up. I reckon. Just keep pushing. I think we were just blessed to have the right people at the right time.
Yeah.
While we were at the gig, and we all our mindset when we're performing is, if there's one person in the crowd, or if there's 1,000, we always got to give it our all, because that one person can sort of just change our lives. And yeah, it's been good, and
Must be good.
it's been good. But yeah, don't stop, man. Keep going.
Yeah,
Keep going.
Do you guys who were your role models growing up? Were they singers or sports players?
I think we all wanted to be rugby players at a point in our lives. I think God said no.
Take a side step to the left, please, boys.
Too many injuries. I'm just saying. But, I think a lot of my influences were singers, musicians. Yeah, I was a big fan of Brian McKnight growing up in high school. I was big reggae here too. I loved reggae music, hard out. A lot of the local stuff like Three Houses Down and all of that, my people, Sons. I was hard out into their kind of stuff. I didn't discover ska reggae until I joined a band called Scabby Gems. And then me and AJ started singing that sort of stuff with the Rebel Soldiers mixture. And yeah, that was me. Heza?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I've always wanted to be a rugby player. My biggest inspiration was Richie McCaw. Just seeing how hard he worked on and off the field. Yeah, I was just sort of just that person that's wanting to work hard. But, the sports didn't go my way. Too many injuries, surgeries. And then, started picking up with the music. But yeah, with the music, no inspiration. I mean, yeah, no person that I look up to, but yeah, still trying to find my own place in music, which is still yet to discover. But I think for now it's just sort of just grinding out as much as we can. But yeah, that's me. AJ?
Yeah, same. Wow, what was it?
Oh, rugby.
Rugby. Yeah, I wanted to be. I thought I was gonna probably crack rugby, like All Blacks by now. But nah, yeah. But my inspiration for music, probably Boys to Men. Love those guys. Always sang their songs of the church boys. Always, yeah, man, she's got the best chills. But yeah, I always won, but yeah. Yeah, man. Junior?
I already said my man.
Oh.
So do you guys back in the day at school were you guys singing, or I think Junior was saying that you're just starting, well, you're in a band or something at school, was it? When did you actually find out that you're good singers or good musicians? When you joined the band, or?
I think for us, yeah, me and AJ were in a band. Forced to do a band for Pacifica Beats. I think the school needed repertoire at the time, so I was like, I'll take it on board. Me and AJ started it, and then went on to nationals and stuff. I remember a time me and AJ went to the Pacifica Beats audition, and it was on a Saturday. But this was the game that me and AJ were supposed to start for the first 15. Ages.
That's why it's an All Blacks these days.
Me and this guy ended up racking up to the game.
Yeah.
I swear to you, man, most over here was gonna cry because they told us, "Oh, no, you guys can't play."
Put us in a big spot. Yeah, I had my parents there, and I got mocked after. But I just keep on keeping on. And ended up playing against St. Kitts the next week. We got 100 no.
The music,
Yeah, man. Yeah, tough times.
I got a question for the boys. I think everybody's probably seen like groups come and go, groups get together and then break up, and people kind of like, oh shit, what happened? The question I got is like, how much does having a manager play in a group, like keeping a group together for the long run? Is it important to have a manager, or is it important to just work together as a group without a manager? And do you guys think you guys could survive just use three, no manager, or with a manager?
Before Heza answers, that was me. Like, I think you answered it in the question too. Like, when before Heza took up the manager role or took on the responsibilities, I think the conversations between us three is what got us this far. I think when Heza got hit up, Heza will talk to us, and then that's how I think us three were staying tight and staying in the loop of everything that's going on. I think having a manager at the time, for us not understanding the business, not understanding how money works in the music industry. If it wasn't for Heza learning their stuff on his own and keep like teaching me and AJ, I think we wouldn't understand the most part of it.
Yeah. It was. I think when I was doing like the managing side of things, I sort of that was the first thing that sort of came to mind was, I don't want us to break up. What would I do as a normal band member to want to know all these other things? So I was putting myself in like a normal band member's role to see, what's happening in, the business side of things. So I try to tell them as much as we can how the GST works, how the tax works, all these bookings. And I think I think the important part is I don't see a problem having a manager. I think for me, having a manager is, getting all the dirty stuff done, going to client meetings, negotiating prices, all that stuff. And that's something I didn't want to deal with. And I'm always telling, the person doing our bookings, hey, keep me in the loop. What's happening? All I want to know is, when we're performing, what times we need to be there, and how long our set is, and sort of that's it. And I think, to answer your question is having a manager is, good. We don't mind. It's just having to be all on the same page and updating us, every single day, every single week on what's happening with the band, with the financial side of things, how we're doing. I think that's pretty much, my answer to your question.
Nice.
I don't mind being the manager again, but the role that I have at work is stressful enough. AJ was our original manager. He sorted out these business business cards, and they have like Brotherhood Musiq, all these genres, Instagram, username, Facebook, and YouTube. And then we turned the card around and it said manager, AJ pulled out. Every time our gigs, someone will come up to us, hey, how much do you guys cost? Oh, just basically our manager over here. We'll just email you, okay?
That's when I thought we weren't gonna make it. I thought we weren't gonna make it this far, but we still got a long way to go, and I'm still the manager.
So you boys, the group has a manager at the moment.
So I would say, not a manager. I still sort of manage, but I get my eldest sister to do all our bookings. But yeah, it's good that she always runs things past me first until we make a decision. I think it's going well so far.
It's a winning formula, eh? So it's working for you guys.
Yeah. Like we're still staying busy, which is good. That's what we sort of wanted. I think our end goal is our dream is just to do music full time and to not having to go to a daytime job like a 9 to 5 and then do music later. Our goal is to do music full time. Inspirations like 660 as a band. How they getting to tour the whole world, which is cool. It's cool. It's something that we want to do eventually. But yeah, God willing, fingers crossed. Just got to keep grinding.
I saw you guys released a single this year. Any plans for like a proper album, or is that not in the works right now?
We're currently working on some new tracks. I think with the first one was the first one went off well. It done well. The first one went well. I think it was stuff we could do better or things we could learn off. Like we really critique ourselves. Like we're hard on ourselves about a lot of things that we think or we should have done or we could have done better. And I think for future projects and stuff, we're gonna do that. And then that's what we're doing at the moment. Just trying to write as much as we can, get down as much as we can, and just put them out for everyone.
Nice. We got a question. Oh, not a question, but there's a message on Facebook. So
if you see this guy in the chat, can you block him, please?
Hey, shout out to Matt, man.
So this guy is the guy that actually wrote our first single.
Yeah.
Wrote our first single. Yeah, man, this guy's such a talented musician. He's helped us through our music journey, and we're just grateful to have people like that, in our lives, and keen for Hoka as well. We're grateful to have him. But no, it's not my birthday. It's not my birthday today. Yeah, all the boys just commenting.
I'm gonna try barbershop music.
Oh yeah, I tried barbershop so I went to Papatoy, and then I repeated my last year at Aorere College, but I only went for rugby, and so I went for rugby, played, and then got injured. And then one of the boys were like, bro, let's, since you're injured, why don't you come and sing? I don't think they knew that, I could sing in tune. But there was a choir called the Front Row Choir. And it was all the boys that played rugby all go and sing in a choir, for fun. And then from there, I was going to choir practices. And my rugby coach was like, you came here for rugby. And I'm like, oh, well, I can't do anything. I'm injured. So I carried on doing music. And then from there, from the choir, they formed like a barbershop chorus. And man, it was so hard, honestly, because you got to hit every single note. It was real different for me, but I'm sort of glad I was able to expand my music knowledge at Aorere College. But yeah, I did it, and it's tough, but it sounds so nice, man. So good, so good. Walter seems like a singer.
Yeah, did you guys ever...
He's a barbershop singer. But he works
Oh, shucks.
So he sings with Martini. Remember Martini?
Yeah.
They used to sing together back in the day. So yeah, he's pretending not to know how to sing, but he can sing. Harry and AJ, here's one from a shout out to mom and dad, please.
That's my dad.
Oh, that's my dad. That's my dad.
Shout out to my parents. They played a big part in this as well.
Yeah.
Letting us go to our gigs. And man,
like you've already said before, you're saying it again, mate.
But yeah, now shout out to Dad, the toughest guy in Aotearoa.
he's messaging from the prison part.
Here's one more.
Separate you guys from other groups.
What separate you guys from other groups that do similar trio things as you guys?
Oh, nice question. What separates us?
It's just the guy that said he wants a hooker.
It's the same guy.
What's I think, like chemistry, or like what we have compared to other trio bands out there is that we our song selections too. Like not many trio or like there's a lot of bands that sing. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Now I think it's mainly like our acoustic sound is like we hardly see people with a cajon guitar and a bass here in New Zealand. And I think it was good that we sort of just brought there might have been other bands, but it's good that we brought that sound into the music. But yeah, I think it's just that acoustic sound and the harmonies having, that chemistry that Junior was talking about, how we can sort of feed off each other and just sort of know what notes to hit. We're still learning, but I think I hope that answers your question, Matt.
Hookers on.
Because we're going over after this. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
You always say stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Shop Boys, thanks for all your guys' input, especially you, AJ. But boys, again, we just want to touch on how important it is to I guess talk to your brothers, talk to family members, or let things off or get off your chest, as we all say. But with your having your parents, shout out to the dad for coming on and messaging. I watched I think a clip of you guys when you featured on one of the channels, and you mentioned how important having your mum and dad behind you guys. And for the group. How good is it to have your dad, like, obviously still alive, but to see you perform and to see how proud he is to see you guys perform? You know, how I guess for me, if like, sorry, just personally, if I see that my dad's proud of me, you know, it's an extra thing ticked off my list. But for you guys as singers and performing each week, how good is it to see your dad proud of you guys? Or dad and mum, sorry, both.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, man, it's one of the best feelings, you know, to see your parents proud and happy, and it always makes me happy seeing him in the crowd, you know, smiling and always recording. It makes me, you know, happy because I know a lot of poly people. I think for us, it's we always try and make our parents happy, you know, and sort of like a job that we have, but we're able to do it with something that we love, which is music, and we're just blessed that, you know, he's still alive, and you know, some people can't do that, you know, can't make, you know, their parents proud because they've passed, or and yeah, we're lucky and blessed that, you know, dad and mum and dad still alive, and you know, 100%, you know, backing us, supporting us, turning up to most of our gigs, and that's my mum.
My mum.
Shout out to
Yeah.
mum.
Just so happy that, you know, our parents have supported us, but I really want to hear what Junior has to say, because he's got his own situation.
Oh, yeah. For me, like I'm yet to have that experience. Like I'm yet to see my olds in the crowds. For me, my parents are 5 feet out, so my parents are pastors. So it's where we perform is not not really a suitable place to see a pastor, you know. Like, but there has been opportunities where they could have. Pacifico, they could have came to, you know, open events, open functions, the festivities that go on, you know, summer jam that we done. But I think for me, I'm yet to have that experience. At times, you know, it's hard to bond in that sense. You know, when I see the boys' parents there, you know, I call them mum and dad too. You know, and I'm always proud to see them there, and I take my hat off to them, and they take time out of what they have to do with church duties and everything, work. They take time off to come and show support, show their face, and show love to us. So, and, you know, I never feel excluded when I'm with them. You know, it's always sons. You know, it's never just son. You know, it's always sons, and that's something that I hold dear to my heart. But I'm yet to experience like my own parents come in and see that. You know, sometimes it does make me feel down. You know, when I know that they could have made it, when they could have been there. But I understand the circumstance. You know, I don't weigh that on my parents. I don't, you know, pressure them about it. Yeah, hold it against them. You know, it just makes you bitter. You know, and you want to be better. You know, so don't be bitter, be better. And it's something, you know, you gotta be as a kid too. Yeah, that's my take on it.
Nice, Usos. AJ?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I love seeing my parents.
Yup.
Oh yeah, I love seeing my parents. At our gigs or wherever. I know that if I need to watch a video, my mum will always do Facebook Live. So I just need to have a debrief of the boys. Yeah. Hi, mum.
Our boys, with the busy sort of lifestyle you guys have, we tend to ask this question on all the episodes. What do you guys do for reset? To hit the reset button and like take some time for yourself. What do you guys individually do, or do you guys do?
Yeah. For me, it's
to reset.
The masseuse or anything.
For me, it's what do you call it? I guess I try and take as much time as I can away after my daytime job and away from music throughout the week. Is just to have time with myself and time with my son, and to actually just reset my mind. And like I sort of created moved my room around to create like an atmosphere where I'm able to walk in my room and be like, this is my place just to chill and to be, myself. And yeah, that was, mainly for me. And then when I'm wake up in the morning, back to my, daytime job, or weekends back to my gigs and stuff. And yeah, so like, to be honest, I've sort of just told these guys, hey, look, no practice. We'll just turn up to the gig and jam. Just because there was so much time doing music, like doing Sky City. But hey, at the end of the day, I think we got to remember that we got to go back to our grind and get practices done. I still see top artists like practicing every single day. And, who are we to, separate ourselves from them? So we're just, I'm trying to get back into it, but I think I'm enjoying my life too much. But that's me.
Shadows.
I think individually, I try and not stay away from the music. It's weird. It's like with music, it's like that is my reset button. Like you're working 9 to 5 every single day, and then you got the gigs on the weekend, you got church, and it was something that actually Matt taught me was to practice more, be that person that be better with your instrument, with your craft, and really put time into it. And I think that's my reset button, is just sitting down on my guitar or notepad, pen, try and write, try and be in that space. And then spending time with my son, obviously my kids actually, and just being around them, and just surrounding myself with them, and being in that loving environment is always a good reset button for me. Yeah, that's me.
As usual.
Yeah. Oh man, these two said it all. Probably the same
Same kids.
I always try and practice something, or I try not to slack off. Always trying, because we're mates with some mean as musos, so I always try and be like them, but still a long way to go. And our God is good.
Shadows, nice. We all like you said. It's for the brothers. Sorry, we all deserve a break, and it's good to hear how you guys go through it. We've had guests in the past that have taken time away from work, or just flown overseas, or whatever, for whatever reason. It's really important to take a break, because you need to reset the mind, because if you're working 100%, you can't be perfect for the week.
Yeah.
You have to take time during that week or day to step back.
Yeah.
Whether you sit back, sit with the kids, let them tear up the house. This is what they do here. But it's really good to hear that you guys again, because we like to put our guests on this pedestal where we don't see the normal side of, like, for you guys, we don't see that normal side, but we see your talent and how good you guys are performing. And it's amazing. It's amazing to see that you guys are actually normal. And every week we do get guests. When our assistant manager, Buffy, goes, hey, we've got the boys coming on, we're like, fuck, how are we going to prepare for you guys? We think you guys are like, and to actually, jump on before the show and hear you guys, it kind of gives us that, they're relaxed. You're like, damn, these guys are normal. They're just bringing out the fun.
Yeah.
With you, AJ, what we've heard a lot about Junior and Harry's, I guess, life with your, I guess, story. How do you like? Were you? Sorry, let me rephrase this. Do you spend time like away from music, or has music always been at the forefront of what you do?
Nah, I'm not always what is it? Doing music. I'm either mostly I'm playing the game with the boys. Or yeah, either playing game or just or sleeping or just training. Yeah, I don't want to get la punta. So yeah, man. And then when I know we got a gig coming up, probably like maybe the day before, I'll try and focus and learn the lyrics or whatever. But yeah, mostly on the game, to be honest.
Which is good because with you kind of relate to Muffy because that's his reset button, his relax or his time away. You could be any age but still be the best at playing PS5 or PS4 or whatever, gaming. Yeah, so if that's how you go about relaxing, then it is what it is. Yeah. But every time I try to bring a PS4 home, my wife throws me out of the house, so I can't do that. So might be on the verge of divorce, but anyway, boys, we've got a quick question from our Insta. If you guys can do a little performance for our viewers. But we'll pay you guys after. Sorry to the sis. I can't email you. I don't have an email, so I can't. So if you got a little snippet of, I don't know, your debut single, anything will do.
Or a cover.
Okay. I will try that. What?
Oh, we're in for a treat, guys.
Yeesh.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. How can I forget falling in love? Don't get me wrong if you ain't around. One more time. How can I forget falling in love? Don't get me wrong if you ain't around.
Let's go.
Thanks, brothers.
Thanks, boys.
So we've actually come to that time of the show where we end the show with I guess advice or tips for people that are listening. We'll start off with Swanky so you guys can get a fair understanding of advice or whatever. Sorry.
Shop boys for taking the time to jump on the show. But before I say something, I just want to give you guys your shout out from Harry. Thank you to all your boys, and we are very proud of your achievements, and God will bless you abundantly. By the way, Mom was waving when you guys were saying hi.
Mom, we saw you.
Shout out to Mom and Dad for coming through.
But for me this week, it's the same. Chicken. Chicken with the Usos. They haven't heard from in a while. Or just a question: are you okay? Or how you going, Us?
Yo.
You know, it really asked the question. You know, just keep following up. You know, it's just with intention. Might open up a conversation, and yeah, like those Harry said, just, if you're in that dark spot, you know, just keep on keeping on.
Yep.
Shadows.
Choros.
Mafi.
Oh yeah. My one would be a simple one. My one would be probably if you do ask somebody, "Are you okay?" Be prepared to listen. You don't have to have the right answers or anything to say back really, but you should yeah, just be prepared to listen and lend your ear to that person. Sometimes all they need is to just to let it out, just to vent.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be prepared to listen to somebody that could potentially need to borrow your ear for half a minute.
Nice. Shadows.
Never know what they could do for somebody. So
Yeah.
That's a big one.
for me,
Shadows.
to you.
Shadows. We'll go with the brothers. Yeah, any advice? Could be anything, man. You guys have given us some really good insight and I guess advice as well. So go hard, boys.
Now, yeah. Other than all the music stuff, yeah, I just want to touch base on what the brother said. It takes a lot for someone to listen and to actually just feel what you're going through. But if honestly, if you are going through a tough time, I'm praying for you. I promise you, things will get better. Just hang in there. Talk to someone. We hear this like sort of every day. Talk to someone. Things will get better. But if you just be patient and stand your ground, believe it. Believe it. It'll get better. And sort of one saying that I sort of leave with me is what's it called? In the end, everything will be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. And that saying was, staying with me till up until this day. And that's something that I'll always remember, that, things will get better. Things will be okay. And if it's not, it's not the end. God's still waiting to use you. And yeah, just remain faithful. And one more thing that I tell, my brothers is to be real. Be real. When we're performing, be real. When we're off stage, be real. Like how we were tonight is exactly what we're like. If you see us in person.
Yep.
Mike knows. He knows, like, we're clowns and we just mock each other. No matter how far we go, I'll always keep in mind is to be humble, be real. And just stay faithful to your music and your family and stuff. But that's the advice. I don't know if you guys want to say anything.
No, he said it all.
Yeah, that's the advice from from us. If you honestly,
Collective, nice.
Yes, yeah. What Harry said it all.
Shout out to Siana.
If you guys honestly need anything, don't be shy to reach out. We're all human. We all make mistakes, and we just want to be there for other people that have gone through tough times as well. But yeah, appreciate and love you guys, man.
Shadows.
So before we end the live, just I think one thing I've taken away from the Brotherhood Musiq from jumping on is it's also important to have your foundation set, as in having positive people around you. For example, the three boys there, you guys, from the start until us finishing, you've always had that that vibe, that positive vibe, and it's kind of, it's not like, to think about it, you guys your positive nature and what you guys bring out to us. Like it's something that I want to be involved in. Like I want to kind of jump in there and have a laugh with you guys, and that's so good to hear because that portrays to our listeners and our and our viewers, because man, you make it so inviting, and I guess you see it on your Instagram, your Facebook, you see that come out as well. So it's good to see, like you said, Harry, be real, and you guys have been from this whole podcast. And I guess it's thank you for being real, and thank you for sharing your time with us. So again, back to my advice. Always good to have that foundation and that positive group around you, like I have with these two boys. So just
Nice, man.
Hey man, it's awesome
Anyway,
what you guys are doing too, man.
Yeah,
Honestly, is not to hear about the music side of things, but to hear about things outside of music, and to inspire more people. But yeah, man, you guys are doing awesome. Keep it up, and just to keep inspiring other people, man.
Yeah,
It's mean.
thank you guys again for the opportunity, man.
Yeah, sorry it took so long, Mike.
Yeah,
Sorry, Mauso.
No. I said, once we lock it in, we lock it in. Also.
Yeah.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you,
thank you,
boys.
brothers. So I'm Tiz up.
I'm Swanky the second.
Usos.
You have the
And
brothers.
we are Brotherhood Music.
Sure, boys. Thank you.
So, boys.
Brothers.